Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Andy Ice. I'm your host, David Trinka, alongside Lincoln Retzloff and Ian Iverson once again. And in today's episode, we will be going over the last series of the first half of UND's season in 2025-26. That series is against Omaha. And then we'll get into some extra stuff. We'll get into the vent line, and then we'll do a little World Juniors recap. And then we got a little fun segment at the end. We'll be drafting uh, our all-time UND. We'll make a lineup of six guys, three forwards per position, like three forwards, so one center, one left wing, one right wing, and then two defensemen and a goalie, each of us, and we'll be drafting them. So players will be taken off the board. You get the idea. And then, yeah, let's get into weekend recaps. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I don't know, just kind of hung out. Didn't really do a whole lot. Watched the games. Went on Friday, and then we had our fraternity Christmas party on Saturday. But yeah, I don't know, not that eventful, but just a good weekend to kind of kick back and
Hmm.
whatnot.
Do you always do, in quote, not much and in quote, hung out every weekend?
I do, yeah. That's pretty much how I would describe my weekends around here. Yeah, no, I'm sure the viewers love learning about my life and all that goes into it. So,
What did you get for your
Grandparents of the
Christmas,
game, right?
Kasana?
just Coors Light.
You got Coors Light.
Hmm.
I gotcha. Sweet.
Did you
Ian,
take
what
your
did you say
grandparents
there?
to the game, Lincoln? Thought you took
Oh,
your
one more.
grandparents.
Oh my gosh, sorry. One more time, Ian.
God, this guy's killing me. Didn't you take your grandparents to the game Friday, Lincoln?
No, I sat in my grandparent or my grandpa's seats. So, yeah, no, I would
Just
yeah, I
robbing
You
them,
went from,
robbing them every weekend of their seats.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right, Ian, what did you got? What did you do?
I just kind of chilled around, hung out. No, I
Didn't
actually,
do much.
oh, nothing. No.
That's it. Did you watch the games, right?
I did watch the games, that is
What other?
true.
Did you catch any other games?
No, I crapped on Minnesota for the Quinn Hughes trade. That was about it. It's
Oh
kind
yeah, true.
of too.
That was big news. For me, yeah, I didn't do much. Kind of just hung out, um, watched the games. Went in the press box on Friday. And when I did a little interview action with people in the concourse about some questions. I might upload that this week whenever I get around to it. Might be just content that comes out when I get around to it. When we're not as busy. And I was walking up into the press box right before the starting lineups, and Schloss is waving me down, going like this, with his phone. He's like this. And I'm like, "What's up?" And he's talking. He's got a Herschel Walker picture on there, and I thought he was talking about the whole Joe Burrow potential trade things. Like, I don't know what they wanted to. People were coming up with mock trades with Joe Burrow going to the Vikings for like J.J. McCarthy, Dallas Turner, and two first-round picks, and maybe like a second or something like that. So I thought that's what he was doing, and then he's like, "No, Quinn Hughes just got traded to Minnesota," and I'm like, I just my he blew my mind. I told him he blew my mind. Like that was once he told me what they got, and we can maybe talk about it later. It doesn't really have a whole lot to do with UND hockey, but it's still an interesting piece of the hockey world. Probably the biggest trade in Minnesota Wild history, and I'm assuming there are a decent amount of viewers that do like the Wild that listen to this podcast. But again, not really on our topic. Then Saturday, ooh, went to the game and chilled out. Just hung out, didn't do much. And then Sunday, just kind of hung out, didn't do much. And then watched the Vikings. And JJ McCarthy just lighted up. JJ McCarthy's back. I might have to double down and get another JJ McCarthy jersey. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Is
So
he
it's weird.
third worst
Weird.
now ever?
What's that?
I said, is he only the third worst quarterback ever now?
Oh, dude, Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy he's picking it up. It's kind of weird he's picking it up when it doesn't really matter, but I think it's a good situation for him where they can pretty much just test anything out and there's no repercussions because they're not going to make the playoffs anyway. So, yeah, assuming there's a lot of Vikings fans listening, hope you're not a Packers fan, but if you are, boo you, boo Packers. Anyway, Jordan Love is not going to win MVP. Let's do thoughts on the Omaha series. I'll go do a little, my common recap for those who probably already watched the game, so don't really need this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Uh, UND hosted Omaha, their third and fourth meeting of this in final meetings of the regular season. UND came out with a 3-0 lead in the first period. Looked like it was going to be an absolute avalanche. Ben Strinnen struck on the goal sheet first. He's got back on his hot streak, especially at the Ralph. I mean, he's been crazy. And then Trevor Wong uh, scored it for Omaha in the second period. And then Benson had lit up the lamp again on the power play on a 1T. So he had 2 goals on Friday night. Elias Rickwood was inserted back in the lineup, and he had 2 assists. Nice to have him back. On Saturday, Anthony Mangini. Uh, he had no tuck, and then he had tuck. So Mangini was the no tuck on Friday though. I can't remember. It was on Friday, wasn't it? It was. I remember texting the group chat. He missed an absolute wide open net, but he redeemed himself on Saturday and scored. And then Elias Rickwood had a goal. 2 unassisted goals for North Dakota. One coming with 2 seconds left. Elias Rickwood just dangled into the through the slot and beat Cowan. And then Cody Kroll had an unassisted empty netter in the third period to seal the deal on the sweep for North Dakota. One little bit I guess you could add in there is Simon Licozzi went down just a little over a minute into the first period of the first night. So that was interesting. Hope he's okay. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury, but looked like something in his groin. He had to get helped off the ice. So we'll let's see. We'll go into our thoughts on this. I actually took notes at the game, so gotta find where that is. Um,
I don't mean to diss you, David, but his name is Ellis.
Yeah, I was just gonna
For
say
quite a
what
few
did I
weeks,
what did I say? What did I
call him
say?
Elias like the
Elias
entire
three
year.
times.
Yeah, you guys are right. That was my B.
That's funny.
Um,
Ellis Rickwood, absolute beast.
yeah, I don't know why I did that. I knew his name was Ellis. Sorry. Um, yeah, who wants to? I can't tell if I want to go through my breakdown or not. I kind of wrote down a bunch of notes from the first game, but um, in the first period, I guess I'll go into it a little bit. The first period, it looked like UND kind of struggled to enter the zone cleanly. They got caught. They didn't necessarily go offsides, but they got caught on and delayed offsides on their entries quite a few times. I noticed in the first and maybe throughout the second. Um, uh, they in the second period on Friday, they had they played good in the first. There was about like um 13 minutes in the second period where they just didn't play good at all. Kind of that was when they got scored on. They just weren't looking up and at them. I don't know if they took the back seat, but they didn't look that great. Trying to skim this. Sorry, guys. Uh, yeah, Strinnen created his on his own. His goal was like it was a broken one of the plays was a broken play, and they were able to capitalize. It was really nice. I can't remember what goal that was. It's like a broken breakout. Ben Strinnen pretty much scored on his own. I don't know. I'm gonna skim this, and then maybe we'll come back to me. But who wants to go into their analysis on the
Uh,
weekend?
I thought it was a pretty good start to the game. I think it slowed down a little bit and whatnot. There were a lot of players I think that stood out that had really good weekends. Ellis Rickwood, I thought Sam Larilla had a good weekend. Mangini he got some points, so that's good. And then David Klee has continued to look really good too. So I think it's just nice to see all sorts of guys playing well, especially when they're given the chance to have an elevated role into the lineup with Reshny and Verhoff
Hmm.
out. So I was pretty impressed with how the team played. And Omaha is a very unimpressive team. That team has like no offense or no stars at all. And I could see them finishing last in the NCHC. They're not good, even though they play a lot of good teams. Like they're just not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and that now that I'm reading this better, the second goal UND scored on the power play, or it was the second goal, but it was on the power play. Really bad, undisciplined penalty taken by Max Perlini. I think he like was in the neutral zone. He kind of might have been after the play. I don't think it was after the play, but he just skated by. I don't remember who it was, but he like tapped him with his stick or did something, and then he got a penalty on him. Uh, and then after that, UND had scored. That was the broken play I was talking about. They had scored. I think they left their defensive zone, and Omaha got a bite on the puck, and it went to the boards, and then someone from the defense, I think that was behind, waiting for probably a drop pass on the breakout, picked it up, and they went in and scored on the power play. So it was good to see that they're able to, even when the play is not going their way, that it's broken, they can still find a way to score. Um, on the power play chances, I did I took the liberty of rating them out of 10. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I thought UND collapsed well on their power plays. They're able to kind of collapse in front of the net and put on the pressure, um, which was good. And then, yeah, Strinden had a uh, good power play, or they had, yeah. So, PK is doing better, I thought. I mean, he obviously got scored on once this weekend on the power play, on the PK, I should say. Um, yeah, Mangini looked better. Strinden, I have power play. Strinden looks great. And then the last power play, the chances were in quote, chances, but not great. 4 out of 10. So I'll have to get better at reading my analysis because I don't think that went very well. But Ian, what did you think of the series? You can go through your whole thing on the script too if you want.
Sure, we'll get into that in a second. I mean, Friday I thought we looked pretty solid for the most part in the first period and some of the second. I thought Saturday we actually looked pretty sloppy. It just kind of seemed like we didn't have our foot on the pedal. And maybe it's because it's Omaha and, they have the potential to be, the worst team in the conference this year, but I expected a little better on Saturday. I expected us to kind of pour it on and not really sit back and kind of go what looked like 80%. Um, but to go into break winning six straight, it's a good feeling regardless. I think if we were going to have an off game, that was a good time to have one. So I think we played fine. Having Rashni and Virhoff out is obviously going to hurt. Those are two of our more productive guys in their respective positions, and so naturally when you take them out, it's just going to be a little different. But yeah, I mean. It's a pretty impressive team going into break. We ended the first half 14-4. That includes a six-game win streak. Going in, I think it started with Bemidji. Oh, there you go.
Did you guys see this one? You
Yeah.
can't really read it because it's backwards. I hate you. I don't think about you at all. I just thought that was hilarious. Sorry.
Yeah, Omaha likes to think they have a rivalry with us, and I think this weekend kind of cemented that Omaha's the little brother that the only way they can kind of hang with us is to cheap shot us, as we saw at the end of the game Friday night. Um, Yeah, if anybody didn't see that, there is a clip somewhere. I think it's on ECH.
I think
Um,
if you have nchc.tv, you can still go back and look at the archived games, can't you?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, kind of a wild end to Friday night, and so going into Saturday, I think everybody expected this could get pretty ugly pretty quick. And I think Omaha tried it. I think we did a lot better job of just staying clean, even though we were taking some silly penalties. Overall, good weekend. I mean, back to this 11 game stretch that we've been on since November 1st. over 4 goals a game, allowing less than 2 goals a game. That is a massive spread. 35% power play. That's got to be top five in the nation. We're fourth in pairwise. And Spunar finally got a Rookie of the Week nomination. I know he'd been getting nominated the past 4 weeks straight, but he finally earned the outright
It's
honor. So,
shocking that he hasn't
right?
gotten it before, and he only played one game too, which is weird. Of all weeks that he wins this week, but yeah,
Yeah, I think they had to give it to him. If anybody was unfamiliar, and they said this on the broadcast on Friday, Spunar has the best start in UND history for a freshman. Um,
hmm
he's 9-0-0. He's got a 9.34 save percentage, and he's allowing about 1 2/3 of a goal per game. So that's very, very impressive. He's definitely making his case to be one of the better goalies that we could have as a program. So that's really exciting to see. I know everybody's been griping about the transfer one and done goalies that we've had, and so it's really refreshing to have a freshman who's just on it. Um,
kid's a
what do I think of the
stud.
second half? I mean, Spunar, I would hope they ride Spunar not too much. I mean, I would expect Mercyhurst, they play them both, maybe even Sandy the second night, depending on how the first night goes. But um, I mean, this is looking to be a pretty dangerous UND team. And I think everybody's been kind of thinking that, and now I think we can comfortably say that.
I don't think they're gonna play Sandy. Too risky. Too risky, depending on how many guys we got out. It's possible though, I guess. If we're like dogging on them, then yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could happen, I guess, but if we were to do that, could just see like a cheese thing happening where we score 5 goals in the game, but we still lose 7-5. You guys remember that?
Well, granted, that was a disaster of a season.
That was bad,
And
yeah.
both are DeRitter and Helston were both terrible up to that point. They're like, why not? And that was a pretty good offensive Western team, so it was just foolish. But another thing, Cole Reshny also has I think he's tied or has the most assists by a UND freshman in the first half since Zach Parise. So that's pretty elite company.
Yep.
Um, that season by Parise was over 20 years ago. So just exciting to see this team really gel well together. The press conference, I think Saturday night, Smolik is on there saying like I knew right away we had something special, and so it's really really cool to see that camaraderie in the locker room. We haven't really had that in the last few years, and so to see that right away, saying all the guys were bought in July is it's paying off right now.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, Spunar has been. Oh yeah, by the way, I just want to throw this in there. She's in the very off chance that you're listening to this right now. I love you. I I don't want you to take any offense to what I said. Great kid, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, Spunar been absolutely fantastic. Couldn't have asked for a better start. I mean, there's literally no better start he could have had besides 9 shutouts, but that's just not going to happen. Just speaking on a technicality, but Spunar, sensational. Homer had a good night on Saturday. I'm not gonna lie, didn't catch a lot of the game. I was shooting the shit with my buddy the whole time, pretty much. So I caught some of it, but you know how it is when you're real dialed into a combo, you're just not really paying attention to what's going on. Either that or I just struggle having my attention going to two places at once. But um, yeah, overall, like some people like at work, they ask me, how's UND doing and and I just always say like they're unreal this year. Like UND is just they're playing so well. Like you said, Ian, they're gelling well together. They're playing well together. They're getting scoring from all over the lineup. Years past, we had upperclassmen struggle with putting up points, which you don't want to see. Obviously we had Sasha Boisvert and some other younger guys that were playing well, but people like Carter Wilkie weren't playing well or um sorry, I thought someone giggled and it threw me off there. And then like I mean Ben Strinden hadn't been playing well until this year. He's going crazy. I don't know where the hell that came from. I mean, I figured he had it in him, but you just know when he was going to release it. He had some really nice goals. his
He just
first
never
couple
had
of
chances to
years.
play the last few years.
Yeah.
He was just getting buried in the lineup, and he was being
Hmm.
utilized incorrectly. I think is the big thing, which
Yeah.
makes you wonder how many other guys have fallen into that trap.
Hmm. So, yeah, one of the big, obviously, pieces of this team, why they're so successful, is just the depth of scoring, the depth overall. People are stepping up no matter where they're at in the lineup. David Cleese had a couple of good weekends, and he's the guy who hasn't been in the lineup a ton this year. Uh, hopefully, second half, you look to hopefully get Sekreski back. Not, he's a great player to have. Obviously, you want him to be back. Doesn't really seem like it's life or death situation if he comes back or not. I mean, you just hope that he has a speedy recovery and he recovers well. But
Yeah.
other injuries besides Zakreski right now.
I think that's it. Yeah, everybody should
So
be
yeah,
Jubinville, I think.
Elias,
But
yeah, Jubinville, Elias Rickwood came back this week, and then we also got Big Z back. So uh, I don't remember if who said this. Might have been Lincoln. I don't know if we said it in the pod or not. I just remember Lincoln talking about it at some point, and overall, just maybe Brad talking about it. Uh, Murmurings in general were that they had probably been saving them until the Verhoff and Reshny were gone. They probably could have played maybe in a different week, but they wanted to save them until then. And then obviously they get all Christmas break to recover fully if there are any other injuries lingering on them. Uh, so one thing UND's been able to do also is they've been able to stay relatively healthy this year, especially if they go in the second half. And Zakreski can come back at an ample time if the whole lineup is healthy. I mean, the opportunities are endless with that. You talked about it, I'm sure, before. Western Michigan, one of the reasons they had just an unbelievable season last year is they had like three guys total miss a game last year. At least that was up until the NCHC tournament, uh, the Frozen Face-Off. They had like four guys miss total a game, and that's just unbelievable to have that happen. We've already surpassed that, well surpassed that. But if your team can stay healthy, obviously it works wonders. But yeah, who wants to add anything to that?
I mean, we have 10 players that have 10 points in the first half of the season, which I don't know how often that happens, but I would assume not pretty often. And three of those are defensemen. Um, Liver, Keaton Vierhoff, and Abram Wiebe. So again, I mean, just the depth is kind of ridiculous this year, and just everybody's getting on the scoreboard. It's fun hockey to watch when all four lines are a pretty dangerous scoring threat. And that's something I think we've lacked for at least the past 5 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody got anything to add on the thoughts on the Omaha series before we move to like the vent line and other stuff, closing
I just
out?
thought it was a good way to end the first half. We talk
Hmm.
about bad periods here and there in the Omaha game, but like at the end of the day, the boys knew that the first half was coming to an end. Sometimes you just have those jitters to get done. Guys are gone at the World Juniors, so I mean, all things considered, 2 wins is that's in the NCHC. That's big, especially right now. Like these are the games that you look back at and down the road when our UND's road schedule is going to be really tough next in the next
Hmm.
half of the season. So these wins are really stacking up nicely for them right now.
Hmm. Yeah, UND only lost four games in the first half. Yeah, Ian, I'm hoping that hints at you the prediction you made for the second half that I'm hoping you'll share if you want. What was that bold prediction you had?
I had been saying it the past 2 to 3 weeks, but we know how UND typically plays in the second half. I really don't see us losing a lot of games from here on out. I mean,
It's not what you said.
I said there's a possibility we don't lose a single game from here on out, which is really, really bold. But I mean, let's look at the facts here. Since, that first game against Duluth, which I mean, even then they dominated us and we almost beat them in overtime. We have like rolled every team in 11 games since, barring the one night with Arizona State, which I mean, we still more than doubled their shots. Um, if UND can come out rolling like I know they have in previous years in the second half, we could see a team that only loses one or two games from here on out. I think the Denver series will be interesting, potentially Duluth and potentially Western, but everything in between. I mean, if we keep playing the way we are and injuries stay relatively low and etc., it's gonna be one of the more historic UND teams. So I'm excited. It's bold, but if there's any team that would do this well in college hockey right now, it is UND.
Yeah, I could
Right.
see. I don't. Yeah, that is bold. I think they're definitely gonna lose a few games, but we'll see if they have any more speed bumps. Because all in all, this first half there really weren't a whole like there was adversity, but they handled it well. So I'm I'm hoping it just if it carries over to the second half of the year here, I'm guessing that yeah they don't lose more than 3 to 5 games, the range I'd put them in. Some of those teams are going to be really tough to play against. Denver I'd imagine is a split. Winning in Western Michigan just hard, even though Western's not as good as they were last year. Still a really good team, and they still have to go to Duluth. So like that, but like anything's possible. And with this team being fully healthy, I mean, who knows what'll happen? But it's going to be interesting to
Hmm.
see how it all starts. Especially with the Mercyhurst series. It all starts there. So yeah.
Yeah, the looking at the UND's schedule in the second half, they got a really, really tough three series in a row. They host Denver January 16th and 17th, which you hope for at least a split,
Yeah.
ideally. That's going to be a big battle for conference points and who ends up winning the Penrose Cup. And then you got to go the week after that to Arizona State,
Yeah, that's
who
gonna be tough, man.
not the most amazing team right now, but you got to imagine a lot of these teams are going to figure it out in the second half. Speaking from experience, when Ian, you referred to UND teams in the past that have turned it on the second half, there are other teams that are going to do that too. So, yeah, you have to go to Arizona, play them there with a team that's probably going to be better. I would imagine Colin Potter's going to be pissed off he didn't make the World Junior team. He might turn it on in the second half. And then they have the goalie that we ran into that's just a hot goaltender. And we put up 40 shots on him and we still lost. So, and then we get a bye the week after that, but the week following that one we have to go to Amsoil in Duluth, and you're hoping for a split there. I mean, we've had a lot of success there in the past, especially even when we had bad teams. Last, I want to say, four series we've had there. I mean, since we haven't lost a game there since 2019, maybe. That's with the exception of, I guess it was 2019-20 season, but it happened in 2020. Um, the exception of the COVID year where they didn't play anywhere, or they had their little pod with Omaha and CC and Denver. They didn't play at Amsoil that year. The following year they did and swept. I was there for that. That was Carson Ulbricht's legendary goal, maybe the most legendary goal in UND hockey history. Um, uh, and then yeah, I mean UND's had a lot of success there, but obviously Duluth has just a phenomenal team this year with the player who will probably win the Hobey Baker this year, which is Max Plant. And then you get to host Miami, who's a gritty team by just putting a couple words on it. I mean, you never know how that series is going to go. You host St. Cloud State, and then you go to Western. Western, it's the last weekend of the year. You got to think they're going to turn it on somehow a little bit. Uh, Slikinski's going to lock in, I feel like. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be there's a really tough stretch there where you don't really get a break against a really shitty team. Um, you just got to hope that UND, like you guys said, can stay healthy and you just keep rolling and find a way to win. That's one thing you guys are saying that UND's been able to do is find a way to keep it close, find a way to get chances. You just got to hope you really don't run into a really hot goaltender because that's all it takes is a really hot goalie and some defensemen that can snuffle rebounds and to get in the way of shots and stuff like that. So yeah, going to be a tough stretch for UND. It's hard to tell how they're going to do with it, but you got to imagine they'll do pretty well. I mean, UND finishes atop the NCHC standings so far, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a test for sure. No visit to Denver this year and no hosting Western this year. And then we don't go to Miami either. So that's pretty much we also don't host CC. So, yeah, I mean, a little weird that we played Omaha twice already this year, but sometimes just how the scheduling works. Anyone got anything else to add before we move on to the vent line
I'm
and
curious how
etc.?
Western does in the second half because I've been kind of tracking them the past few weeks. Or did I say Western? I say Duluth.
You said Western, I think.
I meant Duluth. Duluth has split in their last four weekends in a row, and I think every single one has been they've won on Friday and lost on Saturday.
Hmm.
And from the guy I know at Duluth that kind of watches all their games, he says that the top line does everything Friday night, and then there's everybody's gassed on Saturday and they get overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Uh, so we'll see what Duluth does. I mean, like we said kind of earlier in the year when we played them, David, um, so at some point those lower lines are gonna have to figure it out and help contribute to the scoring, or they're gonna keep running
Yeah.
in exact situations. So we'll see what happens with Duluth. I imagine Sandy's, you know, gonna pull it together and figure it out with those
Hmm.
guys. But as of right now, Duluth has definitely cooled off.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, Duluth is, or at least they were a pretty one-dimensional team. They got that really good line, uh, Kleber and Guyan. So a really good starting six, if you want to call it that. Definitely the threat there in Duluth. But yeah, like interesting. I kind of looked at their schedule. They lost to Duluth at home 2-0. So or they lost to Omaha at home in Duluth. So pretty interesting. Taking a look at how Denver did. Denver beat St. Cloud State last weekend 5-1 on Friday, and then lost on Saturday. St. Cloud able to finally get a good gritty win. Happy for them for that. Denver swept Miami at home, lost to Minnesota in the Ball Arena in overtime. Lost a game to Arizona. They beat Arizona State 7-1 in Arizona, and then they lose 3-2 in overtime the next night. Like that's kind of weird. Able to hold off Colorado College the weekend before that. Swept Western at Western. You get the idea. That's pretty much all their conference games. But Arizona State looking okay. Looking okay. They swept Ohio State. Anyway, anybody got anything else to add? Last call. All right. The vent line was opened after the another sweep. UNE's third sweep in a row. Uh, we'll start at get some returners. Thank you to our loyal contributors to our vent line. We appreciate it. This one comes from Itsem 2022. So freaking proud of Mangini's first goal at the Ralph. Gibson did amazing too. Bog. Yeah, Mangini, really happy for him to see that he's finally he's taken a lot he's had a lot of good opportunities and to see him bury one at home. Really good, really happy for him. Maybe that'll kick him in the ass for this. Like, imagine if we had the lineup we do and then Mangini was just insane. Like how he was at Duluth. Imagine if he was crazy too. Like this team getting contributions from everywhere. I assume this is Jacob Gorzuski. If I'm saying that right. If I'm not, sorry. Good ozone control. Forwards were back checking hard and stripping pucks. True. Riley Prochnow. Hello, Riley. Mangini is finally getting hot. True that. And then, Jacob Grusewski shared another one. Jacob Grusewski said, downsides, bad penalties, some were soft, still haven't had the best second periods. Fair point. Do like that. We had a pretty shitty 13 minutes in the second period, not gonna lie. Anybody got
Yeah,
any thoughts to share on the event line this week? Lincoln,
EJ
pretty
needs to stay
quiet
out of
today,
the
buddy.
box.
Yeah,
I'm
EJ
just
does need to
listening.
stay out
Stay
of the
out of the
box.
box, man.
What are you saying,
I'm just
Lincoln?
listening right now.
Dicking around is what you're doing, just hanging around. Not
Oh,
much.
I'm just listening. Well,
Just
chime in when something. Yeah,
just
I don't
hanging
know.
out. Uh, so I don't know what we want to touch on with the World Juniors. Not much new news besides that I saw Verhoff is closing in on a spot on the team. I haven't heard much about Ethan McKenzie, but I have been seeing roster projections where Reshny's on the second line. I've seen him on the fourth line. That might have just been for the practice that day.
Today,
Um,
McKenzie was on the first pair D, so that's something
okay.
worth looking at. Um, yeah, I'm curious. They had Reshny at wing for a while, and today they had him at center, which is good because I think he should be playing center. The amount of
Yeah.
faceoffs that kid wins, and he's just such a good facilitator that I don't really see. I feel like he'd be. He'd still be a good player as wing, but that kid's just a center. Like there's no
Hmm.
reason, he shouldn't be playing center. And yeah, it looks. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with Team Canada, but it looks like the UND players every day are climbing up in the quote unquote lines they're putting out. So I would assume, yeah, Reshny probably a lock to make the team. McKenzie and Verhoff up in the air, but I think odds are looking good. And then I was reading up the other day on it sounds like Will Zellers has had a pretty good camp so far as well. So that's interesting, good to see. So there could be a scenario where everybody from UND makes it, and that'd be pretty cool if you ask me.
That would be nails. That'd be sick. Anywhere on EJ Emery at all that you read?
I think he's just having a steady, consistent. It's so early right now,
I
but
mean,
I
he's
think
not a goal scorer, so I mean,
yeah,
they can't really
from
report on a
from
whole
what
lot
it
of that
sounds
on
like, yeah, he's just
practice.
he's just playing good, steady D, which is why he's on the team. So yeah,
Right. Well, that's good to hear. Thank you to our World Juniors correspondent there, Lincoln. I appreciate it with the updates. Yeah, I mean, besides that, not a whole lot to update with the World Juniors. I assume I don't know the exact day that they name the team. I'd assume it's within the next. It's got to be within the next week. I mean, they'll be in the cities. I mean, they start playing on the 20. I don't know who plays on the 26th, but that's when the tournament starts. So I assume that they'll have to get there early next week, take their IIHF photos for profiles, player profiles. They have an app. IIHF has an app that you can go and look at all the tournament stats and stuff like that. So they have to take their pictures for that, and obviously they're going to take their team picture for the World Juniors. Yeah, so maybe I don't know the timeline. I have to ask like Schloss or something, but maybe like this weekend they'll announce it. I'd assume they have to get on the road fairly quickly and start
yeah, I know they're
solidifying
playing
it.
games right now. Some of the teams are. I don't think Canada or America's done anything yet, but they
Yeah,
are.
true. They
They
have
will play
prelim games,
scrimmages. Yeah.
or not prelim games, pre-tournament games. Yeah. So besides that, not much on the World Juniors for updates. So if you are interested in, if you don't know what the World Juniors are, it's best on best under 20 guy, under 20 years old, in the world. And UND hasn't had a guy at the World Juniors since Jackson Blake, I want to say, a couple of years ago. I believe that was 22, 23 when he was there. Um, but yeah, it's going to be in the cities this year in St. Paul and in Minneapolis at the G Spot, the Grand Canyon Casino, and then the Mariucci Arena. So should be fun. Starts on April 26th and goes until January 5th. So that'll be a lot of fun. If you get an opportunity to go down there, let us know. I'll be down there. Schloss will be down there. Ian, are you gonna try and go to any games?
I might. I'll have to look at tickets. Hopefully, if they drop a little bit in price, I might try to snag some off of, I don't know, somebody when the medal round comes around for people who aren't going anymore. We'll see.
Smart idea. Smart idea. All right, well, let's get into our little fun activity, if you will. We're gonna go through. Do we want to do snake or do we want to do regular draft order?
Don't matter to me.
We're gonna do a draft of our all-time. If we had to, like, we'll each make a lineup, a full six-player lineup of the best UND players since 2000. So, um, I don't know who wants to go first. Does everyone have like a list of who they have as their prospects right now?
I thought we were gonna build a whole lineup. I think it's hard to do only six people.
Well, we will build a whole. What do you mean build a whole lineup?
Okay. I'm meaning full four lines forwards, three
No,
lines
we're
deep.
not doing that each of us. That would take forever.
I thought we were gonna do that together. I thought we were teaming up for
Well,
this.
we kind of will. We can't each draft the same player, so we'll each have at the end of this, we'll have three lines of forwards, three lines of D, and three goalies.
All
And then
right.
we can throw in some honorable men. Jeez, I'm sorry, Ian. I'm really sorry, dude. I didn't mean to upset you like this. Oh my gosh.
Everybody just wanted to point out David was feeling really handsome today, so
Okay,
I'll put
feeling really
that.
handsome.
Yeah, David's look at
You
him. He's looking
said you
handsome.
said
Put
you
him on
said
there.
looking really handsome before we started this.
You
Now
said you
you're
were
just
feeling
making it.
really handsome.
Now
I
you're
guess
making.
I'll
No,
never
I didn't
know.
say that. I said, how
Anyways,
does the hair look? Does it look stupid? And then you said I look handsome, and now here we are, and you're trying to pin it on me, saying like I don't gloat about my looks
All right,
physically.
let's get into the
not what
draft.
happened. It's not what
Lincoln
happened.
doesn't.
You were just
Lincoln doesn't want to
looking.
have to edit this out, Ian. Right?
Not editing this out.
Okay. Um. Anyway, I don't know who wants to go. Who wants the first overall pick?
Mm, Go ahead, Dave.
All right. For the first overall selection. Ooh, I don't know what order to go here. I'm gonna go, and I feel like we should throw a disclaimer out there. This is their college. This isn't
Correct.
pro off of pro stats. This is college.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. Ooh, when you have all these names in front of you, it's hard to choose. Um, I'm gonna go Zach Parise, left wing.
Not bad. You can go Ian, and then do I get two picks?
Nope.
Oh man.
Yeah, you didn't care. You didn't care how we were gonna do it, so
Oh, we're just doing
we're no snake. No snake.
no snake. Okay.
The
Damn,
teams are all
dude.
going to be pretty even. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go with this.
Did Danny Cristo play winger for us?
You
Yeah.
did.
Give me Danny Cristo.
Someone
I
write
like
this
that.
down because I'm not keeping track
All
of
right.
this whole thing.
All right. This is an easy one.
Actually,
Um,
put it in the chat and then put the corresponding position on
this
there.
is an absolute easy one. I'm gonna go with a goal scorer here, Matt Fratton.
Ooh,
Oh,
Pony Express, baby. I can't remember if Danny Chris was right or left wing.
I think he's right.
J-
You're gonna
Yeah, we
have
can
to.
just do forwards.
No, we can't.
Oh
Got to
my
figure it
gosh.
out. Got to figure it out, guys. I had to figure it out. All right. Fourth overall, I'm gonna go with.
Wait, who
Ooh,
else did Lincoln pick?
he picked one guy.
I thought, oh, we're doing regular draft. Okay.
Yep. Um, I will go with Jonathan Tays, center. Controversial. Didn't have a whole lot of points, but uh, still a goat. Hall of Famer.
Give me Joe Finley at defense, 6'7",
Jeez.
255.
That could have waited until the end of the draft. I don't
I
think.
didn't,
Absolute,
I didn't even know if you'd have gone, dude. You just
Yeah, I
said
don't
it.
think he would have
absolute
gone, dude.
Thank
That's like
you.
picking a.
monster.
It's like
Thank
You
picking
you.
a
guys,
kicker in the fourth round of your fantasy football draft.
Thank you, Ian, for leaving me Jake Sanderson. I will take him.
I want Joe
Yeah.
Finley. You guys don't
I
understand.
I love it
Those
though.
early 2000s
Yeah, he
That
was
is
great.
hype.
defense they were some monsters, man. They like that is Sioux hockey. Joe Finley is Sioux hockey.
All right, make sure to write that down in there. Uh, Left defenseman. Give me Che Genoway.
Hmm.
What was it? Genoway first or Genoway first? And then he switched it over.
I don't remember.
I'm thinking you're supposed to know this.
You know.
Okay,
Well,
someone's you guys got to pick this shit up because you got to put your positions in there.
I am.
Lincoln, are you even typing on this? What are you looking at right now? What are you
No, I'm not
doing?
typing.
Oh my gosh. Was Jake a right defenseman? I think he was right defenseman, wasn't he? Okay,
One
you guys
sec.
are killing me. Who you going next, Ian? Who's your next pick?
Well, is Oshi's a righty? Shit. Man, this is tough.
Well, Oshie also played center, so you can pick right. You can pick Oshie if you want.
I'll get TJ Oshie at center.
Okay. Lincoln.
Um, I'm gonna go with. I'll do Ryan Duncan.
Hmm.
Solid. Solid. I'm gonna go right wing here. I'm gonna go Jackson Blake.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can't wait to see our lineups. They're gonna be so good. Each lineup's just gonna be unreal.
Not a high scoring guy, but give me Matt Green in my defense as well.
Damn, I would not like to play against your team, dude. You would get just demolished. I'd be
Yeah,
scared to play against your team. Put them in order. What are you doing?
sorry.
I'm trying to get them in draft order. So just put your
Okay.
guys in order in the way that you drafted them, if you remember. Who did Lincoln go last pick?
Just remember, Ben Blood is still out there.
Lincoln, who'd you go?
I'll
Oh
tag
yeah,
mine
Ryan
already.
Duncan.
Yeah,
What was he? He was a center and a winger.
yeah.
Okay, so that rounds out my forwards. Who you going next year? Saucer.
Uh, let's see here. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna go with. Um, let's go with Bochenski.
Really? Brandon Bochenski.
Yep, he'll be my right wing.
Gotcha. I don't know who to go here. Right defenseman. Hmm. I could either go Troy Stetcher or Tucker Pullman. I'm gonna go Troy Stetcher. Give me one Troy Stetcher.
This is tough. I'm having trouble finding a left winger. Having trouble recalling.
I can name a couple for you. I got Drake Kajula, Evan Trupp, Brock Nelson
Oh, give me Drake
options.
Caggiula, senior year Drake Caggiula.
You're not even go Brock Nelson? Damn.
Hmm. No, give me Drake Caggiula from his senior year. He was a monster.
He's a bad boy.
I might just do Paul Ledoux.
Fair. He's on my list too. Okay. Well, this brings us down to no one bothered to pick a goalie yet. So, uh, hmm.
Just pick
Between
McIntyre.
for me, it's McIntyre or JP Lamb, but oh yeah, I'll go Zane McIntyre. I feel bad that we didn't do a snake draft now. I feel like my team is just really good. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
the way we draft makes no makes no sense.
It's a regular draft. My team's the most crippled.
I'll take Arundel.
I like
Arendel's
that. It's a
pretty
good pick.
solid for us.
let's see.
I mean, no one held a gun to Ian's head and made him draft Joe Finley. Like, that's not my fault.
Joe Finley's my guy.
Um, I need to look up what Lamoureux's save percentage was quickly, and then I'll hop
JP
on.
Lamb is 2000s all decade team per Brad Schloss. You may as well just go JP Lamb. Be stupid not to.
Yeah.
JP Lamb's a god. I almost picked him. I almost picked him over McIntyre. 'Cause McIntyre couldn't pull it out in big games.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I guess it was one big game, pretty much. 2015 against BU. Kind of, kind of shit
Yeah.
the bed there.
I was kind of thinking I'll go JP Lamb. I was kind of thinking maybe Adam Schill. He had a good year there. You could do Prime Cam Johnson, but yeah, probably JP Lamb. Go him.
Can't believe Brock Besser didn't make a team. Neither did Shane Pinto. He got left off the board. Okay, okay. Ben Blunt should not be the number one honorable mention. Like, great,
No,
great player,
I'm
but
just listing random stuff.
okay.
This is not in
Derek
order.
Forbert got left off too.
Evan Trupp,
Yep, Evan Trupp, Brock Besser,
Nick Schmaltz.
Josh Rieger getting held off the list is just
That's criminal,
that's
dude.
profanity. Yeah,
Who
it's
was who
profane.
was a forward in the early 2010s? Oh, what was his name?
Adam Tambellini.
No, maybe I'm just thinking of Christo.
Corbin Knight.
Yeah,
Corbin
Corbin
Knight's another
Knight.
one.
Yeah, he's good.
I have him on my list too, just in case you guys drafted my guys. Maybe we can do that again at a different time and do a snake draft, but we'll go through. Are you guys happy with your team? I mean, is it obvious that which one's the best one? Yeah,
I mean, I think Ian's is obviously the best, and
Yeah,
that's not
true.
even close right now.
I don't think you want to go
Why
up
does
against.
why does yours say two right wings there, Ian? You just double type on accident?
Oh yeah.
I got it. No, take out the
Hey,
other one. Oh my
dude.
God. I like it one the other way. It's fine. All right.
I'm
So
grabbing
let's
it.
check out let's go through our full lineups here. You guys can vote in the comments who had the better team, and I feel bad. Not that my team's a better one. I just kind of feel bad for how it all played out. But again, no one held a gun to Ian's head and made him pick Joe Finley. Um, he could have had Jake Sanderson. Very well could have had Jake Sanderson. Uh, so for me, my first overall pick was left wing Zach Parise. Then I have centering, uh, Jackson Blake on the right wing, and then centering that line is Jonathan Tays. Left defenseman is Che Genoway, and then right defenseman is Troy Stetcher with Zane McIntyre in net. That line could be just gross. Ian,
My
oh
forwards,
yeah,
I Christo at the right winger. Absolute legend, never passed the puck. TJ Oshie on my center. Then Drake Kajula his senior year on my left wing. That's a pretty monstrous forward lineup as well.
absolutely, absolutely.
And then I went with the route of let's just pick the meanest Sioux defenseman we had in the early 2000s, which is when our defense dominated everybody. I had Joe Finley and Matt Green, two of just the meanest guys you could find on the ice for the Sioux. Um,
Yeah,
Not friendly guys.
no. I,
And
they look at you
Joe
like they
Finley,
want to
just
hurt you.
remember, made it to the all academic team as well. So he was a dual
Attaboy.
threat. And then I had Aaron Dell at my goaltender position. We'll see after this year. So I think Spunar might make his case to get into some of the better seasons for UND goalies, but
Yeah,
fingers crossed on that one.
Hmm. I had Fratton, um,
say their
Duncan,
position.
center Fratton, winger, left wing Duncan, right wing Wachensky, right D Ledoux, or right D Sanderson, excuse me, and right or left D. I don't even know. I typed my shit wrong. Anyway, Ledoux and Sanderson at D, and then JP Lamb at goalie. My team's gonna
J
score a lot of goals. So
JP Ferda. See that guy in the press box every time we lock eyes. Give him a little nod. He gives me a nod. Love that guy. I guess we're just listing off everyone in UND hockey history in the honorable mentions, but Ben Blood, Brock Nelson, Derek Forbert, Brock Besser, Shane Pinto, Derek Lapointe, Evan Trupp, Brad Malone, Brett Hextall, Travis Zajac, all amongst the honorable mentions. And that is, I would even add Adam Scheel as a goaltender in there, I guess, if I had to. Oh, Cam Johnson, another good one.
Oh,
Probably better than
McLaughlin.
Adam Scheel. Um, Anyone want to pick anybody up off the waiver wire and add into their lineup, make some changes at all? Or are you guys happy with your lineup? It's a free
I'm
game.
satisfied.
Hmm?
I'm satisfied with my team.
All right.
I think I'm cool with
Ian,
mine.
satisfied? Okay, everyone put in 20 bucks. We're gonna do, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that was our draft of the 2000s and up. I guess you could technically call it a quarter century team now. Um, because I mean, we didn't use anybody from this year, so I mean that works. But yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, and I think you can comment on what do you? Oh, are you making up the? I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can comment on Spotify, I think, and probably Apple Podcasts. I might make a graphic for this and post it on Instagram. Um, Unfortunately, I'm just not that talented. So, just kidding. My computer just sucks to edit stuff on. So, uh, yeah, I mean, let us know. Oh, yeah, do we want to roll through the whole lineup here? Is
Do
that
it.
what you're doing, Ian?
Try my best here.
So Ian's whipping up what our full lineup would look like, minus a fourth line and extra forwards or skaters in general.
Oh, well, let's add those in. We can take our honorable mentions here and add in the list.
There you go.
All right. Well, who do you want centering that fourth line?
I mean, it's got to be Zajac, right?
That or Pinto? You got to remember Pinto was an absolute monster on the draw, and he was just so freaking clutch. Like it was clutch as hell.
What position did Brad Malone play? Was he left wing or right wing?
He might
Or
have
was
been,
he
I might have been center. No, Fratton was center. Hold on, I have it
left
here.
wing? Left wing.
No, Evan Trupp was left wing.
It
Pretty
says left
sure.
wing on his profile on
Well,
E.
on UND hockey, his
Well, like
all-decade
I
team, he
was
was put at left wing, so, or he was put at right wing, or yeah, he's put at right wing. But whatever, whatever. Wait, where did you see that at?
on Elite Prospects, it says he shoots with his left hand and plays
Doesn't
center.
mean doesn't mean he's a left wing. I mean, it
Well,
could
yeah,
have
that's why
changed at
that's why I
some
said we
point.
should have just been drafting forwards then, because if you can put guys anywhere realistically.
Yeah, but I don't want some bum ass winger being drafted at center just because he's good. Trying you gotta think about it.
There's
I
not
mean,
a bum
wingers,
ass
yes,
player on this list though.
wingers could, wingers can go anywhere. I was trying to make it more realistic. Okay, I'm sorry, Lincoln, for ruining your day and
Our best are on the right
possibly
wing.
the entire
So
episode.
Mal- Malone has to be in there. There's no way Brad Malone. Yeah,
Maloney,
this is still leaving out a lot of people.
who's
yeah.
Maloney? Kirsto, Balake, Toes, Paris, Caligula. Who are these guys?
But it's just
Yeah,
it's a fun little
yeah, fun little
our
thing.
alumni room is pretty ridiculous.
hmm
So
Hmm.
a lot of these guys went on to have
These guys are
on
nuts.
average way above average NHL careers.
These guys are
Uh,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, so UND, long story short, UND is pretty good. So, oh, Lincoln's adding the extra. Oh, yeah, true. Ludwig Hoff, true. Norway legend in the Olympics. And then
Cooper Moore.
Cooper Moore, solid. Don't forget about Josh Rieger in there as well. And then, uh, yeah, so that's pretty much gonna do it. If anyone's got anything else to add before we sign off, we'll be back next week. We're gonna try and do a catching up with Brad and the boys next week, pending if Brad is free. So look out for that. Long awaited turn. It's been about a year and a half since we've done a Brad and the boys. We had this Brad and the boys summer special, not last summer, but the summer before, and now we're gonna have Brad and the boys the winter special or the holiday special. So that'll be fun. Hopefully we'll cover some things with Brad and then do maybe some fun stuff. Um, so yeah. Anyone else got anything to add? I want to thank our listeners.
Thank you, listeners.
Jeez, you didn't even make eye contact with the camera when you said that. Ian?
Thank you, listeners, for recognizing how handsome David looks today.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, just want to take a second to say thank you to everyone who is a returning listener. And if you're new to the podcast, welcome, and we hope you will return next week. It's been a lot of fun so far in the first half, getting into the swing of doing this every week. Uh, we've had a lot of fun. Obviously, we welcomed in Ian Iverson in this half. Welcome, Ian. It's been a pleasure to have you around. Not too not looking too shabby yourself. So, but Lincoln looks like Slim Shady over there in his what is that? His room. Anyway,
That is the room. Yeah.
that's Slim Shady over here and the boys, Slim and the boys. Uh,
Slim Slosh and the boys.
yeah, Slim Schloss and the boys. So yeah, I mean that'll do it for this week. Uh, Supposed to get some snow here. Everyone stay safe out there. Gonna have to find some other hockey to watch this weekend. Unfortunately, the big bad boys from Grand Forks will be inactive. But yeah, stay safe. Uh, for some reason, if we were to not have an episode next week, happy holidays. Be smart. Don't run through a golf course with your bare feet, like Danny Cristo did that. For those of you who don't know, Ian
Don't
does
drive
not know
drunk like
clearly.
Matt Fratton.
Yeah, don't throw stuff in the street. Don't piss in an elevator. Doesn't really go well either. For TJ Oshie and what was it, a New Hampshire player? Anyway, they're just having fun with the fellas. Like someone throwing that picture with
Taze Noshi.
Taze and Osh. Yeah, someone throw that in there. Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.